Alright guys, so this is the problem that I was having today with my AC when I came out, because like I said, I ain't been driving it like that. This is a 2003 Honda Civic. This is the problem I'm having with my AC. Let me start it up and show you guys. Alright. Copyright. Yeah, now like when you come out in the morning, like when you start the vehicle up, and say for instance it's hot out, you turn the AC on, the lights and everything come on, and the AC get cold. It get cold, I say, for like the first maybe 5 to 10 minutes of driving it. And then like if you like hop on the expressway, you drive it longer than that, it started getting back warm. So the Freon is full, all that's working. The the fuses, everything on, because everything's powering on. The AC lights coming on, all that's coming on. And I checked the fans that's behind the radiator too. When you turn the AC and stuff, all that stuff, both of the fans coming on, all that's working properly. And we gonna check the clutch out now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm finna go ahead and jack the vehicle up, and I'm gonna check the AC, the clutch, and all that stuff out. And I'm gonna show you guys. We gonna diagnose this together. So give me a second. Let me go jack this vehicle up and take the tire off, the front driver tire off. And I need to charge this phone for a second too, because it's about to die. I should have actually charged the phone before I started, but let me do that, then we'll get started. All right, guys, I didn't jack it up. Yeah, you might not have to jack it up. I just cut my wheel all the way to the left side, and I'm gonna take this cover off. You got two plastic pins right here. Let's see. I did because the compressor for some reason it's at the bottom on here. So, all right, I don't gotta take that all the way off. As you guys can see that right there. This the compressor wheel right there. Let me get this camera up in here. See that right there? I'm gonna take this off right here. Gotta see what size nut this is. I just want to take this front plate off, and I'm gonna show you why. Cause I don't know exactly how this mechanism work on here, but I know like a lot of times if the grooves on the back of it, like it got grooves, if it wore down, the clutch it slips. So that's the point of like when it's on, it be getting cold, but then after I guess 10 minutes the friction pick up or it get hot, it starts slipping. So I'm gonna show you guys when I take it off, and I hope that's the problem, because basically a lot of these Hondas do it and people don't know, and they end up placing the whole compressor, or they end up just not dealing with it. But hopefully that's the case on here. Let me go get a socket and a ratchet, and then we're gonna take this off. Hopefully we don't have to. I'm gonna spray some lubricant on it anyway, because it looked like it's on there. All right, guys, give me a second. Spray a little bit. This all I had. I was looking for my PB Blaster spray, but this what I had, the CRC. This should work. Should work. It's not that bad. I do spray a little bit on it and let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then it should break free if it's rust lock or stuck. So let me grab this socket, and then I'm gonna break it free. All right, guys. I should have took this tire off to give me more room, but I didn't feel like doing it at the time. I'm trying to make it quick. All right, now it's a 14 millimeter socket. Let me show you. You guys get in here. It's a 14 millimeter socket, but let me show you. You're gonna need an impact wrench, because if you try to use like a ratchet to turn it, it just spin. I mean, it is a way that you can like put the pry bar and stuff, but that's kind of like a lot of work to do that. I'm gonna try to use this little impact wrench I got. I only got a little drill set with the 18 volt Makita. I'm gonna try to use that. I really need a bigger impact wrench, like the one you can take off the wheels with. But I'm gonna try it anyway, since I got it. If not, then I have to probably go get a the clutch assembly tool to remove it, or I mean to hold it while I take it off, or I get a try to come up with something. But let me see if this will take it off. 1 second. All right, guys, this is what I have right here, the little Makita. Let's see, focus in on it. I swear, man, when my channel pick up, I'm gonna get some better, like a better camera and stuff. Cause this ain't gonna work. Yeah, this is 18 volt. I'm gonna try this. I know a lot of times you could take them off with the bigger impacts, but this might work though, because this Makita is small, but it's strong. I'll show you. Let's see if I can take this off. All right. Then remember, I put that lube on already too, so that probably helped. Let's go, let's go. Oh yeah, that came right off. All right. I wasn't expecting that. 14 millimeter, guys. Let's take this. Let's wiggle this. See if this wiggle this off. See, a lot of times, guys, see that? See that? Like a lot of times, I know if the clutch, the gap got a lot of play in there, I'm not supposed to be able to stick that in there like that. A lot of time, like over time, that gap, it's supposed to be like, see that right there, supposed to press forward. That'll be more that way to the AC compressor, because I guess when it come on, it's supposed to be like magnetic. So when AC compressor come on, it's supposed to be like a gap, so it can pull it close. But over time, that gap get worn, and then it can't pull it. I'm gonna show you when I take it off. It get worn over time. All right, let me put this down so I can take this off, and I'll turn it back on. All right, guys, I was able to wiggle the clutch plate off, and let me see if I get it right here. As you can see, like right here between it, it's like a washer. You see this? Let me take this off. You guys can see it. It's like a washer. See that right there? You want to remove this washer. Now, I only recommend this. This is like a temporary fix, but for me, it's gonna be a permanent fix, because I'm not gonna turn my AC on like that, because I got the sunroof and the windows only on like real hot, brutal days like we've been having. I'm gonna need it, but yeah. Now remember, this is not like a permanent fix, especially for you people that run your AC all the time. This will hopefully get the AC back working, and because I know that's what it is most of the time, because I'm just not finna Buy no hole, the AC compressor, and put that back in here, because that's like too expensive for me. And plus, I didn't pay that much for the car, and I'm not finna go putting all that money into it. And like I said though, I advise you guys, if that's like your I would say favorite car, but that's not your only car, that's your main car, and you're gonna keep that car for a long time, I suggest getting the compressor replaced. But this is gonna work just fine for me because I don't drive the car all the time. Then I didn't pay that much for the car. If you go back and look at my other videos, I got the car for a little or nothing, so I'm not gonna put a lot of money into it, especially with the AC. So yeah. All right, now let me show you. I'm trying to make this a short video because nobody wants to see me babble on about this. People want to get their AC fixed. All right, now this is 2003 Honda Civic. Now I believe this is how it worked. Like I said, I'm not a manufacturer, but this is how I believe it. You know, see that the grooves in it? I believe like this, like right here, with this washer, like this start off like a little thicker, like a brake pad. And then over time, like those grooves wear down and it get a gap in it. And then a magnet not able to pull it close to the compressor to engage it to turn the AC on to keep it on. And I mean, it works for a minute, but once it get hot, I guess it starts to slip under pressure, under the load. So what it is this is like a temporary fix. You take the washer out, and it's like a thin piece of metal, and hopefully it brings this closer. It'll be able to pull closer to the compressor to engage it. It's just good because it's worn. I mean, you can buy these, another compressor plate, the clutch. You could buy it. I seen them online. I think for about 40 bucks or something like that. But like I said, if I have to get one, I will, because I mean, like I said, the Freon filled up, the AC thing working fine, the clutches, I mean, the compressor is working fine. So if I push come to shove, if I had to get one of these, I will. But the most expensive part is the whole compressor and the labor. So let me put this back on, and then I'll tighten it down, and then we'll see what we got. I should have showed you guys what it was doing, but I mean, if you got a 2003 Honda Civic or 2000, 2001, 2002, whatever, you know what the AC doing. It's mainly for the people that's got these Honda Civics, but I mean, it may work on other vehicles. But let me show you, put this back right here. And remember, leave the washer out. Cause like, I should have showed it, but I just explained it. When you turn the like AC on, it'll get warm for like, I mean, it'll get cold for like 3 miles. You drive 3 miles and it's back getting hot. And that's because this clay bed, but if you come out and you push it, you take something like a piece of metal, you push it that way, it'll kick the clutch back on. So that lets you know that it's kind of warm. So let me put this back together. All you gotta do is just put this back on and make sure it's pushed all the way in. And then tighten this nut up. And tighten up. And let me get this tightened up. Then I'll turn it back on and show you what we got. I can test it out. I'm gonna let the AC run for probably about 15 minutes. Cause I couldn't even get past 10 minutes with it running. So we're gonna test it out. Let me tighten this up. I got to put this phone down to do it. All right, guys. Everything back together. Before I put this this little clip and stuff back up, I'm just gonna let it run with the AC on. Let it run with the AC on. Then we gonna see what it do. Then if everything's straight, I just put it back together, cause I'm not gonna do no more to it. And then that'll be it. All right, let me start it up and turn the AC on. All right. All right, you can see that the AC and everything is on, but we're gonna make sure that it's not staying on. We're gonna make sure it's engaging like it's supposed to. Let me go turn it off and make sure it's not still running. Give me a second. All right, guys, I turned it off. That's good, because you definitely don't want your AC on all the time. You want it to engage, like to cut on and off like it was designed to do. So let me go turn it back on, and I'm gonna let it run for like 10 to 15 minutes to make sure it's a fix. So I'll turn you back on in like 10-15 minutes and let you guys know the end results. All right, guys, as you can see, I put everything back together. Let me tell you what I did. I done went in the house, messed around and ate some cereal and fell asleep. And I woke up and it's about like 45 minutes and my AC is still getting cold. So I guess that did the job. So there you go. If you guys got a Honda Civic, and mine is a 2003, with that same AC problem, like you turn it on, then for like 10 minutes or a couple feet, 3 to 5 miles, it'd be cold, and then it just started getting warm all of a sudden. And then on a hot day, it definitely do that on hot days. So this is your quick fix. And like I said, remember, this is I call it a temporary solutions. I done see people where I done did it before on a Honda Civic, and I've seen people it lasts some years. So especially when you don't run your AC all the time like mine. So this is your quick fix for a Honda Civic, and I hope you guys I hope this helped a lot of you guys out there with this same AC problem. And remember, guys, it's not if you plan on having your car for years to come, like maybe 10 years, whatever, I suggest you get the whole AC compressor. But this is my quick fit. This will last me. I mean, I probably not had a car for no more than probably 2 years. I'm not sure, but like I said, this will last me because I don't run my AC like that all the time. The only time I run my AC, it got to be 95 degrees with 40-50% humidity outside for me to run my AC like that. So this should last me. So I'm gonna cut this video, guys. I'm done. And don't forget to check out my other videos. Appreciate you guys watching. Hope this helped. And I'll catch you guys later. I'm out.